So here's Shaman again. Let's make the most of Swagalicious. Probably by keeping Fierce Monkey and ditching the other 2 cards. Love a War Axe. Frothing Berserker's okay. Hopefully I get something to do on turn 2. I did not. So it's going to be another interesting thing of, do we have Stormcrack in here now? Trogno stupid. At least it's a turn 2 play. Once again, I don't really fear face damage very much. However, I do fear not hitting the button correctly. Alright, so juggle. So is this your typical garden variety face shaman? And if so, well, there's a War Axe. It's probably better than Fierce Monkey at this point. So we can play Bloodhoof Brave next turn. Thing is that, okay, is he gonna coin out Big Buddy? Oh, he is! Okay, that is very all-in for him. Well, I guess we're doing Fierce Monkey now. We could do Ravaging Ghoul even, but we already have the mana. We can save the Whirlwind for something else. You know, if we Whirlwind, that means this doesn't have to die. So we'll do it that way. We don't really need the taunts. So it keeps 2 bodies on board. We lose the Axe, but we gain something else maybe far more valuable, which is him being on 2 mana. So that is a very good place for me to be. It gives me a chance to possibly get ahead here. Whoa. Okay, he's going for the board clear madness here. Alright. Let's just take our time. I'm going to save Korkron to be a little more reactionary. If we can tuck Frothing behind 2 taunts, it's going to be really good. So there's number 2. You don't even have to worry very much about that right now.
Start running.
Alright. So this is Super Face. Would love to top deck a second Execute here, but I don't think that's happening. While I'm not a fan of that healing totem, it doesn't really make a difference. Especially not now. Alright, so we can keep this on board.
I wonder.
I guess we could just clear his board. I mean, that Frothing trade is perfectly reasonable. As fun as it is to have the big body with 1 health, I like this line of play a little more. Alright, so there's his 2 biggies gone. Now I've just got to find a way to refresh my hand. Okay, second Tunnel Trog. Thing from below, that's a little more problematic. That helps.
Strike.
Unfortunately, this shows me as being top player now. And just to avoid any shenanigans with the Lightning Storm, even though this is the face variety of the deck, so I'm not expecting Lightning Storm, but to avoid any shenanigans, we don't want to put both these guys within range and make it easier for them. So that's a spell totem. No, it's not. Oh, Doomhammer. Okay. We just need to draw something big here. Something big would be quite nice right now. That is about the worst possible draw I could have gotten. Alright. Face is the place. Let's do it. Okay, not a taunt totem. That's good. That's not great. Alright, at least we can slam that. So I wouldn't mind a whirlwind effect here. Malcrook's fine. Guess we Malcrook first. Sure, why not? I think we slam anyway. Slam into slam. It's slamception. Alright. Okay, at least I can take that out. Alright, still no taunt totem. That's good for me. Well, if we don't have a play other than Rag, then we don't have a play other than Rag. Wrathy Weaponsmith's alright here.
You win this.
There we go. Good enough for me. I think Face Shaman is definitely a viable thing to pick right now. But it's something. Yes, please keep picking Face Shaman, people. Shaman, Shaman, Shaman all day long. I mean, Control Warriors and everything, I get it, but you really need to be playing Shaman. Shaman has such a good matchup against so much in the field. So we got... Like I said, the nice thing about the deck tracker is that you know pretty quickly like what cards you have if you're going first or second. We're going second. We drew some cards that I don't really want in this matchup right away. I am going to keep Korkron. I'm going second and I have something that I can coin out. That's even better. I'm not seeing as many N'Zoth Rogues lately. So this, but he's twitching on a card, so it might be Journey from Below. It's not. So if it's Miracle, as I've said previously, I do enjoy the Miracle matchup. Sometimes you just outright lose it, but on the other hand, sometimes you get the joy of having people just do damage themselves. Fierce Monkey is a great pickup here. Always want to drop that before you drop Frothing Berserker. So, very passive. This tells me it's Miracle. We're definitely going to hold on to the coins. Second weapon, so we can afford to be a little aggressive with this one. This is not a value matchup. This is a end the game before they get off their big turn matchup. You're supposed to break, you're not supposed to put out a spirit. The click meta game has changed. Alright. Okay. So a little more damage to your own face is fine. Execute's okay. Guess the question I have here is, do I go ahead and play the Korkron? I want to save that for if he has the 4-drop or not. We'll just put this out here. I could have tried to do something to not have it die. Is he going to prep kill this? No, he's not. Okay. Now we're getting in business. Now we're even reacts here. So this is no longer getting backstabbed. If he plays Harrison, I'll be a little shocked, but we still have the 4 damage charge if it comes down to it.
My eyes
All right.
are open.
So Abyss, okay. Alright, good. I was hoping for something to pair up with the Bloodhoof, so Armor Smith is good.
I have an axe.
Just want to keep pressuring things. Play around that Vanish. So we have the exact tempo that we want. If he comes back in this game, it's because he makes a huge miracle play and gets something concealed that I can't handle. That he's daggering here. Well, it could be Malagos Rogue. I guess I need to be a little wary of that, but he's taking extra face damage here. So second Eviscerate. Alright, Blood's okay. Maybe we save the Blood for something else. I mean, we can just try and press for damage right now. So here, that'd be 7, 10, 11. I mean, the question becomes, does he run a lot of taunts? Can I put too many threats on the board? Is there such a thing as too many threats on the board? So there's a little more armor.
Strike.
If he's playing Blade Flurry, I just played into it. I'm working under the assumption that Miracle Wrist do not run it. There we go. Whew, I got worried for a second. He's thinking about it. He's thinking about it. So there's a lot of pressure. That works out. Back to rank 4 again. Better to be oscillating in and out of rank 4 than in and out of rank 5. That's for sure. Didn't even need to use the coin there, so I was just really mean. Kept the coin from the rogue. But that's one of those matchups again where I curved out really far ahead really fast, and he was never able to get his gameplay on track. So that's just sometimes how these games go. Alright. Shaman again. Good, we're back to the Shaman meta.
For Doomhammer. Victory.
None of these cards are keeps versus Shaman. Greetings, Spiff. Well, we'll just have to make do, won't we? Alright, Frothing, good. We got a 3-drop at least. Okay, nothing turn 1. That's decent for me. So this could be Control Shaman again. I've been seeing them more and more. Okay, 3 mana. Is it Tuskar?
Did you bring some fish?
That is a top deck. Jesus. I was worried for a second that we were going to have to just deal with the free Manatide Totem. Alright. I feel a little better now. Alright, so he's coined.
The light protects me.
Now he's got a lot of good stuff out there. I guess there's not too many plays here. Let's see. I could slam weapon this. The problem is that the weapon kills this and it's a 1-for-1. I want to save my execute. I hate leaving this on board, but I think that's probably my best option. A very reactionary hand again. But at least we're able to deal with his threats. That counts. I just don't like using a 4-mana class card for a 2-mana class card. The regular old anti-tempo. Frog, no, stupid. Frog gets a damn taunt to him. Alright. Well, we got a slam. We don't have coin. That would have definitely been better to play before, but here we are. My hope was that I'd get something else that would better deal with the current board state. Okay, so now we're going all face. That's cool. I knew this day would come where your shaman roots would shine just in time. I think I'm actually about to execute a totem. That might be a bad idea, but
What now?
I want to get a good battle rage. Like, this kills that. Let's do it. I guess technically that doesn't play around totem very well, or flame tongue totem. So I might be getting burned here in just a minute. But I think it's a worthwhile risk to take since he has me at low health with all of his goodies up. Now I do have taunt. I do have taunt frothing potential, which is very good. Let's see how this goes. Okay, the important thing is that I can trade this in. I really want to play Bloodhoof Frothing, but that doesn't seem to be happening. Well, I guess I don't have to slam.
What now?
Yeah, that's true. We can always just do it like this.
I have an axe to grind.
Chew up. Still 7 damage. He's down to... I get another guy up. Not playing around Betrayal, apparently. Or maybe I am. But yeah, this is the fun part. This is the good chess match of Shaman for me. Is that they're almost always going to be able to start getting me low. Please tell me it's Storm correct. It's just going to, like, vicious cycle today. Lava Burst, okay. So that means he has one hand. Which means there might not be much of a way to get out of this anyway. Fierce Monkey is one of those ways. Alright. I think our turn is very clear. We don't have lethal just yet.
Let the pain speak to me.
We are close. We are so close.
I strike.
And I guess that's the story of Hearthstone to a point of sometimes you're so close, you can smell it, you can taste it. But top decking that taunt may have won me the game, or may have given him the out that he needed, but at least I was able to armor up. Oh, good. So he did have lethal in hand. And see, he has to deal with that. 1-1, that's good for me. Thing from below is acceptable. Okay, at this point, since he's keeping his weapon charge up, at this point, Cursed Blade of Malkra can actually kill me. So let's see what we draw a slam. Rag's out right now. Second taunt's pretty good. Let's see what else we draw. Armor Smith is very good. And it fits into our mana curve perfectly. See, look, I'm trying to take less risks. And maybe that's the difference. Maybe I need to be playing a lot of these games as if I'm on like a 1-turn clock for lethal. Because now with 2 taunts up, he's going to need a Lightning Storm, which, assuming this is the aggro list, it doesn't run. There we go. So, 4 and 2. We're back to where we peaked before. So that's a positive. Let's keep it going. Yes, I know I have the personality of a turd you find on the front porch. Isn't it grand? Okay, back to the Warriors. Well, if Control Warrior's a 50-50 matchup, and this is probably Control Warrior, let's see if we can get on the right side of that 50-50. We'll keep them up. Well, we're apparently hoping for a weapon top deck here. Well, Blood to Ichor's good if this is Pirate Warrior.
Greetings. Greetings.
Okay, got action.
For the light finder.
Oh, I love this list. I was playing around with this Dragon Tempo list, which is, because I haven't drawn War Axe, it is actually pretty well favored versus regular old Tempo Warrior. So we'll see how this goes. I was having a lot of fun with this list. I did go on a losing streak, though, which kind of stinks. But Dragon Warrior, statistically speaking, is the best performing list in Hearthstone right now. There's a few variations. Some run multiple Berserkers. Some run no Frothing Berserkers. A few run a Fierce Monkey. Some of them actually opt to not run Blackwing Technician, but I always have more success with the Blackwing Technician rendition. Well, the good news is that we have not been overwhelmed yet. So let's go like this. We want to get out our 3 health dude earlier because he can always... he's going to have his Gul'dan buddy that can do 3 damage, or Fiery War Axe, which may just mean that we've already lost the match anyway because he got his War Axe out anyway. So we'll see. Ichor's good here. Ichor without a token to take this guy out? Sure. We're playing from behind right now. He's at the tempo advantage, which mid-range tempo Dragon Warrior, very much the same game plan as us, relies on the Dragon Synergy. That card on the left of his hand is one that he's held onto for a while. So that's probably a Dragon card that he kept. Might even be the 2-mana Fairy Dragon, which these lists run. Which is one of my favorite cards from Classic. I used to tech that in. I used to tech that in just... Ooh, family time. I used to tech in the Fairy Dragon just because I was facing Miracle Rogue so much and they had no answers for it. Life Tap is not very good for me, though. So this is a good education. Like I said, I've enjoyed running this list a lot. The problem, of course, is that a lot of these Warrior games come down to who drew their weapon, who did not draw their weapon. And right now, he drew his weapon, and that might be enough. And if that's why I lose, there's no sense in crying over it. The thing is that what Tempo Dragon gives up, and it depends on what list you're running, but most of the time they trade a stronger mid-game for a weaker late game. A lot of them don't run Varian. So we'll see if he actually has... like a Slam here to trade in? Okay. So he values the card draw more. He may have a Blood to Ichor as well. I don't remember if the list runs that or not. I could look at it real quick, but what's the point? There's a dog sleeping in the background. Alright, just go on face. Well, this means he's very confident in his position right now, that he can push out a lot of damage. So I think playing Cairn here is probably best, because once again, this guy just gets nuked anyway. It's not a value game right now, it's a catch-up game. So as fun as it would be to do some Whirlwind shenanigans or something, we may need the Whirlwind for the Grom activation. But it looks like if he's just going face, he wants to end this. But he has Life Tap. That could work in our favor. We're on turn 6, so if he can reduce my health down below 15, he gets the Draconoid Crusher, 9/9. I currently do not have an Execute to deal with it, so that could cause a lot of problems. If he drops it as a 6/6, it's still going to cause some problems. So he's not dropping. Alright. Please don't be a taunt. Come on, you know you don't want to taunt here. Yeah, it's not a taunt. It's also not a taunt. Okay, Slam is decent here. We can push for some face damage. Go for some card draw. I was about to say we go for the turn 2 clock, but we're only on turn 7. It's a nice. The other nice thing about the Dragon list is that their games go super fast. So let's do this. Ravaging Ghoul is good.
For
Do
honor.
this. If I don't kill this, he can still very likely get me down. So, as sad as it makes me to sacrifice this for a 2 mana, I do not want him to drop a 9/9 on me when I don't have an Execute. And that may not have been the exact correct move, I don't know for sure. But when he draws a weapon and I've drawn none of my weapons so far, I'm assuming I'm behind until otherwise notified of such. Said a taunt wrecks me here. I don't think many of the lists run Bloodhoof Braves, but they do run Twilight Guardians. I've seen some lists that run Ysera as well. Most of them are pretty inclined to end the game by like Ragnaros or Gramash turn. Some lists don't even run Rag or Gramash. So there's a Drake. It's keeping me on the board control plan, I guess. I will make that trade. There's the War Axe. I'm actually okay with trying to save Grom for some burst. I hate sacrificing this here, but it's just what we're going to have to do right now. We've got to end this game. Let's see. What's the alternative? The alternative is he hasn't used Execute yet. So I can do this. Play Patience. I'm not rushing to the finish anymore. Make him come to me. He's used both Alexstrasza's champions. These lists don't run Kor'kron elites. Unless I'm about to be in for a big nasty surprise. Frothing counts as big nasty surprise. Fierce Monkey counts as big nasty surprise. Slam is very good for him. My own Frothing is okay. Here's the rub. The only way I clear his board right now is to put myself down on health.
What now?
And to play Gramash. So this is the dragon he's been using this whole time. So that's probably a Draconoid Crusher. We still don't have Execute. We haven't gotten any Battle Rages. Feels bad, man. But I guess we are just... At this point, there's not a lot left to do other than try and preserve the life total. So we're going to take one less damage here. I don't love this play. I don't like leaving that guy up more. Plus this contests. Like, drawing my weapon late hurts, but let's see. Can he clear it?
For Blackwood.
So there's a Crusher. Life tap for execute. Did you get it? You already had it. Okay. I misidentified the card. Can't even put my faith in Rag at this point. Although that is my only option here. Alright, Rag, we need you to do some board control. Alright. So since it's very likely that I'm dead anyway. I'm more here to see how I die. There we go.
Well played. Well played.
Alright. Eventually got in a board state I couldn't handle in there. So there's those. I have a terrible record against Warrior all of a sudden. Let's see here, give it a moment. It's like any Warriors I face, I could look at my little stats here, but I don't want to. I think I'm like 1-5 against Warrior right now, which is just so awful. So very awful. But he mulliganed into an execute and then drew into a Crusher. And here's another Warrior. So if my Warrior matchup is just going to shit, my climb is done.
Bring it on.
Like I've got to do good on these Warriors here. I'm not going to keep Armor Smith. We'll keep Bloodhoof Brave, but let's keep in mind as well is that the last 3 Warrior matches I've had, I did not draw a Fiery War Axe until super late.
Greetings.
And in one of those matches, the one where I did draw a Fiery War Axe earlier, it didn't matter very much. Oh, good. Snails, this is not who we played. No, it isn't. But we do have the War Axe. Let's see how much of a difference War Axe makes in this matchup. Spoiler alert, it's going to make a little bit of a difference. Finley into Mage. Alright. Is Finley worth killing here? I guess. We don't want our health to get too low. We need to find and execute. That's a really interesting thing, is that I was able to stay in that game so long without board clears. Alright, so there's his War Axe that I didn't give him a target for until now, so 3 damage to him. Fortunately, this plays pretty well into the War Axe. So if he has to draw it and execute, that's fine.
For the life binder.
Second Straza. So one of those 3 cards is a dragon. He has 2 dragons in hand. Weaponsmith, you are just so clutch today. I mean, I could coin out Cairn, but I'd rather just Armor Smith. So let's do that.
Try this.
Contest his board a little more regularly. I have to deal with Crusher soon, so once again, I need a Battle Rage, which is my one trump card versus Dragon, is that they don't run Battle Rage. So we'll need to get something here in a hurry. There's a Crusher. That's not good for me. Okay. How much do I value my life total here? I mean, that was a top deck. Wasn't it? Or did he already have it? I should have paid more attention. Like, I don't have my execute right now. We can ping this to death. So I guess that'll have to do. I mean, the alternative is to take some face damage, but in this match, I really don't want to take face damage. I could have given myself more, so it feels bad. No reason not to attack with the Cork Run first there. It's a little bit of play fatigue. Now, once again, I have good cards in hand.
I wield the power.
Corruptor's not very exciting. Corruptor plus Fairy Dragon is actually kind of disastrous. And he still has a dragon in hand, unless that was it. Cairn trades better into this, though, so we're going to Cairn. Alright, Rag could be good here. So there's space, so we know here comes the other Crusher. Right. So now we know next turn is not a Rag turn. He's just trying to close this game out. Malcrook's okay here. But it's got to be Armorsmith Fierce Monkey. Got to be.
Armor made to
For honor. All upon us.
So Bane, can you save me? Seriously, guys, can you save me? I'd hate having the YOLO Rag here. Oh, especially when he dropped a Rag. This is where finding Execute would be amazing. Oh, God. That is amazing. I guess we YOLO. I mean, there's really no other option. Yeah, there really isn't. I mean, I'm just trying to think of a way out that allows me to armor up, that doesn't have me. I can try and survive this one more turn. If Rag hits face and he pings, I still lose. So that needs to die. That needs to go. Now it's our turn to push face.
strike.
Come on, Rag. You've done poorly for me today. Yes! That's what I needed. So here's his execute. And he targeted me with something. I don't know if he targeted me with the execute or what. Oh, he targeted me with the ping. Alright, let's not draw Curse Blade now. We've already done that enough today. Alright, so Malcrook. Gorehowl is just fine.
Strike.
Gorehowl gives you what value mana? 6 mana body plus 7 mana, 13 mana. You can't get that just anywhere. So we can go face next turn. There we go. See how big of a difference finding the War Axe is? Granted, he found his too. But we kept it competitive. It came down to a Rag 50-50. But that's fine. So that's 2 Dragon Warriors in a row going 50-50. I went 5-5 into Dragon Warrior. I was mentioning at the beginning of the stream, the thing that really perplexed me was that I lost all my games to Zoo and I lost all my games to Shaman as Dragon Warrior. And I felt like I was playing it wrong and it shouldn't be happening. First Druid I've seen today. Interesting, and I'm a little worried. And Garflex seems like a familiar name, but I'm not sure why. This is a fantastic curve. We're actually going to keep these. Even the Armorsmith. Okay. So hopefully this will allow us to put the pressure that we need on. So Living Roots for 2. I think it's fair to go ahead and Armorsmith.
Made to fit.
Since we don't have Battle Rage in hand, it's not too big of a deal. See if he's going to use a Wrath on an Armor Smith. Some people will, some people won't. Like I said, Garflex seems like a familiar name. Maybe someone I've seen on the competitive Hearthstone Reddit, I'm not sure. Like I said, it seems familiar, so he is going to do what? Set up for the Wrath next turn, I guess. Alright.
Strike.
I'll just keep that extended. If he oozes it, oh well. I'm not going to use it in this matchup on the token when we have the Ravaging Ghoul in hand. There are too many other things that are too important to use that 3 damage on. And I still have Battle Rage available. Alright. Guess we just dropped this anyway. I'd rather have a body on board than not, is the point. He hasn't played anything yet. It could be Malagos Druid. Everything for me always points to Malagos. I don't know. Mire Keeper, is he going for the ramp? Okay. So at this point, we just want to pressure as much as possible. We got some good answers in hand. We actually managed to grab a little bit of card draw. But it's hard for me to tell if it's like a Cthulhu Druid. I guess we'll know soon enough. It has a very reactionary hand. Maybe it's Astral Communion Druid. Probably wouldn't play Mire Keeper though. Alright. Good slam target, isn't he? Hopefully we grab a 3-drop. That is a 3-drop. We could have gone Ichor here, but I kind of like saving that. Maybe we didn't need to. I mean, Slam's an actual card draw. Ichor's a body on the floor. So he's at 7 mana to my 6. I do have an Execute. Raven Idol. I had somebody Raven Idol for a minion on me that really screwed me off stream. It's like Raven Idol into minion into the Black Knight. That's what it was. This is Malagos. Alright. Well, with that little bit of information in order, we have to watch our life total.
For the War Chief! For Hellscream!
If he swipes, I Battle Rage. Now he's gonna Feral Rage. Oh no, there's the swipe that kills everything. Alright. That's not so good for me. That was a good read, dude.
My blade be thirsty.
Alright, that does put it in a Wrath range. I said Malagos Druid is all about avoiding the huge ass burst. Maybe I should have saved the Whirlwind for when Malagos gets dropped. He's got some stuff cost reduced.
Pay attention, class.
there's Wrath. Oh, Wild Growth.
I'm ready to learn.
Alright.
I'm ready to learn.
And this is a terrible board to drop Rag on, by the way. This is an especially terrible board to drop Rag on. Oh, okay. I still think that's our play. But yeah, we are dead. Which is okay. Ramp Druid is definitely favored versus Tempo Warrior. This is one of those matchups that you just hope to avoid it on ladder. And the way that we get ahead, I feel like I had a decent start. I just didn't have the follow-through. Him denying me a 2-card Battle Rage and kind of drawing into my clunkier figures first.
I wonder.
Maybe I can bait out a trade here.
I got the best
No.
deals anywhere.
Okay, so this is Starfire. Mulch. Oh, we're back to the Mulch meta. It's a card I'd seen so much and now I don't see anywhere. Alright, so do we have Innervate into even more card draw? Mate 1 maybe. Tundra Rhinos doesn't really help us very much. Although we have the mana to clear our hand, it's not going to do anything. Battle Rage! Alright. Battle Rage does absolutely less than nothing for us here. But you can't be too mad at this stage of the game. You just gotta make the plays that you hope you can make and maybe claw your way back in there. Like, at least Mulch gave me something that wasn't 1 mana. Mulch gave me something that was useful. But I could just die to Malygos right here. No, he hasn't drawn his Malygos yet. So he's going to go for denying... Oh no, he's not going to deny this Battle Rage. Okay. Maybe we can make a comeback. Probably not on the back of a YOLO Varian, to be honest. Ugh. Maybe after all this time, YOLO Varian would have been a little better. Wait a minute, that's a beast? It's a beast! Oh, you learn new things every day. Alright. We're not totally dead, we're just mostly dead.
Behold,
Mostly dead means partially alive. Alright, what's the power turn look like? Today I learned that means Hemet Nestingwary can take out the Fierce Monkey. Of course it's a beast, it says it in the name. I am dumb. I have a feeling he learned something new, too. Maybe he didn't. Okay, Korkron kind of helps me here. I was hoping to draw it.
behold
But we're so
the
far
armies
behind.
of Stormwind.
Okay, we could be on the comeback train here. Or we're about to get yogged. And if we get yogged, so be it. Sometimes you just gotta Varian and pray, or Rag and pray, or anything and pray. But yeah, the Yogg, he's gotta have the Yogg. Pretty much all the Druids run Yoggs around now. But that's where Varian is just so good, when he can pull all your cards, versus a few matches ago, where Varian pulled none of my cards. Alright. He's pulled over 2/3 of his deck. We're both pretty deep in our deck now. Does he have an answer other than Yogg? Is what I want to know. Can he kill me with Malygos? If he can, I won't be mad at all. I've been behind this whole game. Typically, Malagos Rogue, I don't know the more updated list. Typically, they do run Emperor. Typically, they don't run like whatchamacallit, Gadgetson. There's Swipey Swipe. What else you got? What? Oh man. Alright, he's at 24 health.
Well played. For the glory of Stormwind.
We've got this. We can do the math. We just don't want to lag out, right? Right. This would be where I'm lagging. Like right now, the game's like, oh, you don't want to have your connection be stable. You want to lag out. Yeah, that's exactly what's happening here. Alright.
I can see.
Oh, that's too bad. Amazed I won.